Be prepared. Many assumed this approaching moon would mirror its predecessors, but they're about to discover its hidden nature. When the moon demands notice, it creates spectacle. This weekend, however, it chooses subtlety, and such quietness often masks deeper intentions. This isn't your typical lunar phase. It specifically seeks those who understand that silence carries meaning. And chances are, you've already sensed its presence. Pay close attention as a particular challenge approaches in the coming days. While most will pass by unaware, you must recognize it. I'll reveal its nature and guide you through the appropriate response, so stay attentive. Yet even this isn't the weekend's most significant event, as something more profound begins to surface, though it remains unspoken. This moon trembles, and we've only glimpsed the beginning. This isn't mere emotional disruption. During this weekend, the moon exists in energetic imbalance. It's caught in the threshold between months. June's resonance persists while July's influence already advances. This intersection creates instability, making the moon more volatile and impossible to dismiss. This cosmic strain, this celestial tension, generates instability both in the cosmos and within you. You might experience it as unexpected emotional shifts, like weather patterns changing without warning, or notice others behaving with unusual intensity or peculiar detachment. Physical symptoms might manifest: dizziness, overstimulation, unusual wakefulness or fatigue, and an inexplicable sense that something's amiss, even if others remain oblivious. Here's the unexpected element. Most will overlook this unstable moon. Its intention isn't to frighten, but to guide you into a receptive state where you can perceive what steady conditions would obscure. Your fatigue isn't exhaustion, it's transformation. If you've been experiencing unusual mental fog, thoughts that seem to buffer mid-process, or moving through your days on autopilot, this isn't burnout, procrastination, or conventional exhaustion. Your experience might indicate something far more purposeful. This moon's quietness serves a purpose. It operates beneath conscious awareness, implementing changes your conscious mind hasn't yet processed. The dissociation, unusual dreams, and fleeting emotional surges are symptoms of a deeper system reset. This spiritual recalibration doesn't announce itself. It seeps through the cracks during moments of reduced resistance. You're being drawn into stillness, not because of dysfunction, but because you're prepared to receive. Here's the crucial point. This process requires no conscious activation. The upgrade proceeds automatically, but your actions during this period determine what becomes permanent. This moon isn't merely transmitting tranquility or clarity. It's delivering a complete new framework, fresh beliefs, an updated internal compass, a renewed sense of direction that needs no external validation. So when you experience morning grogginess, concentration difficulties, or unnamed discomfort, don't resist. Something is being quietly rewritten in your being's background processes. This represents a profound system upgrade disguised as exhaustion. The wisest response is to embrace the silence, allow the process to complete, because once this lunar cycle concludes, your perspective will have shifted irreversibly. You've already changed from who you were 3 days ago. Your consciousness simply hasn't caught up yet. Not because darkness threatens, but because your energy lies exposed. This weekend, your energetic boundary won't feel like a barrier but an open portal. While this doesn't indicate impending negativity, it means everything around you will feel more intense, raw, and revealing than usual. For those who are spiritually attuned or possess above-average self-awareness, this weekend might feel like navigating without protective filters. Words may cut deeper, environments might seem overwhelming, and casual interactions could leave lasting impressions. This isn't weakness but heightened perception, and such sensitivity provides valuable insight. This moon thins the veil, amplifying both your radiance and vulnerability. Imagine unexpectedly finding yourself in a spotlight. You're exposed, not from danger, but because the surrounding energy seeks to observe your response to this exposure. This period calls for protecting your spiritual space, Not from fear, but from interference. Silence will resonate differently. Solitude will feel sacred. Even inaction might feel deeply aligned, because when your aura opens this way, every interaction intensifies. Here's what most overlook during such weekends. You're not under attack, but under observation. The surrounding energy watches how you carry yourself without external affirmation, guidance, or validation. This isn't about demonstrating strength, but maintaining stillness. Don't be surprised if familiar routines feel burdensome, or if you suddenly prefer silence over conversation. The spiritual field currently lies raw, and true transformation occurs not externally, but in how you maintain your energy when everything feels exposed. Time won't shatter, but it will flex. Something subtle yet profoundly disorienting will begin pulsing around Saturday night, operating beneath the surface. Your devices will show midnight, your clocks will agree, but your body will tell a different story. Some might feel night never fully arrives, with hours stretching, looping, then stretching again. You might check the time thinking an hour passed, only to find it's been minutes, or you might momentarily zone out and lose significant time chunks. This isn't sleep disruption or energy fluctuation. It's the moon slowing your internal timing like a spiritual dampening field. The goal isn't confusion, but to disconnect you from temporal pressure long enough for something else to enter, something requiring stillness, softness, and timelessness. You may not consciously register the process, but your subconscious will. These Saturday midnight distortions resemble spiritual fog, dense, quiet, and reality-bending. The more you try to track or control it, the less you'll comprehend its true nature. Your natural rhythms might desynchronize. You could experience mental alertness in a tired body or mental fatigue despite physical energy. Sleep might feel like floating just below consciousness, or you might stay awake yet feel oddly stretched emotionally, as if echoing through past and future simultaneously. Nothing needs fixing. No technique will restore linearity. Accept the strangeness. Embrace the distortion. Your internal rhythm adjusts not to chronological time, but to something more ancient and profound. This occurs when spirit suspends conventional timing and allows your soul to drift beyond schedules. Remain present through the peculiarity. Don't demand logic from the night. Let it dissolve and pause. Something seeks to disconnect you from time so something else can finally reach you. When the moon reveals something, it communicates through observation rather than words. This manifestation is subtle, but once noticed, becomes impossible to unfeel. Something unusual affects the face, particularly around the eyes. If you've noticed slight brow tension, peripheral movement, or asymmetrical pressure behind your eyes, it's more than physical strain. It's lunar influence. This weekend, the moon does more than affect tides. It aligns with your internal perception system. Your dominant eye might function as a lens, not just for light, but for impressions you're not yet meant to name. Some might experience asymmetrical eye heaviness. Others might blink excessively, as if vision needs constant recalibration. While harmless, it feels strange, like your body attempts to perceive something just beyond comprehension. Something your mind hasn't caught up to but your senses already detect. Here's the revelation. This isn't about physical vision, but energetic sight adjusting to process more information. Subtle movements, emotional undercurrents, others energetic tension, environmental changes normally filtered out. You might find yourself lingering on certain observations without knowing why, or instantly sensing a room's energy upon entering. This isn't coincidental, it's reception. The moon channels unseen frequencies through bodily sensory gates, primarily the dominant eye. One eye sees reality, the other decodes it. Don't worry about eye discomfort, dryness, heaviness, or mild aching. This isn't screen fatigue but alignment adjustment. You're tuning into an intuitive frequency that translates not to words but to instincts. Allow enhanced perception. Let vision blur slightly. You're not losing focus but shifting perspective. The universe tests strength not when you're prepared, but when you're authentic. This weekend isn't randomly strange but purposefully designed. You're not imagining the sudden heaviness, random disruptions, or unexpected emotional reactions from typically composed individuals. It's not chaos but calibration. The moon tests your energy's resilience under subtle psychic pressure. You might notice concurrent minor disruptions, relationship miscommunications, technical glitches, emotionally draining dreams, or experiencing others' emotions as your own. Don't assume failure or malfunction. You're not cursed or blocked, but being filtered. This weekend's moon cleanses your field's invisible layers. Like cleaning a lens, it's unglamorous and subtle, but afterwards brings clearer vision, deeper feeling, and cleaner decision-making. This is where most withdraw. They succumb to fatigue and distraction, overthink into paralysis, emotionally shut down, or seek numbing diversions. But you're different. You've sensed this building, and now it's here. The moon's silence isn't emptiness but pressure. It's spiritual waiting. Every trigger this weekend tests alignment rather than breaking spirit. Evolution comes not from avoiding discomfort, but from responding differently to familiar chaos. Notice your reactions to tested patience. Let emotional waves move through rather than into you. When overwhelmed, remember the moon watches how you resurface. Here's what most miss. Maintaining peace through this weekend opens doors next week. Confirmation will come. As your soul upgrades, sensory perception follows. This weekend might bring auditory shifts, not medical but spiritual. Sound processing, music, voices, ambient noise might inexplicably change, striking at unexpected moments. Familiar music might suddenly jar nerves. Comforting voices might carry strange undertones. Simultaneously, certain sounds might become addictive. Fan hum, distant thunder, even complete silence. But silence will feel alive, communicating without words. The mechanism is simple yet profound. The moon adjusts spiritual filters, especially around sound. Beyond hearing, it's energy decoding. Your body begins detecting previously imperceptible vibrational layers. Frequencies split, revealing underlying textures. Some feel intrusive like energetic splinters. Others heal unknowingly. Don't be surprised if kind words carry sharp energy, or if room noise becomes overwhelming. You're not oversensitive, but tuning in. Like radio frequency adjustment, you're aligning to new channels of meaning, insight, and emotion. Nighttime sound sensitivity might increase during peak lunar distortion. Whispers amplify, distant sounds feel close. White noise gains depth. Don't resist. Explore sensory strangeness. Notice what attracts and repels. Spirit's communication transcends words. Sometimes it sharpens senses until you perceive what others miss. Notice emotional resonance behind sounds. Focus not on content but bodily response. The moon fine-tunes intuition, heightening awareness of what ears can't translate but soul understands. Confusion indicates recalibration, not failure. This weekend distorts time beyond typical weekend blur. Expect micro-warps. Sunday might feel like Saturday. Mornings might seem distant or non-existent. Time references might feel misaligned with bodily experience. This isn't burnout or Mercury retrograde, but intentional lunar distortion, subtle recalibration. This moon lacks astrological drama, making it more disarming. While unobserved, it gently bends perceptual fabric, like fingers tugging a veil's edge. Days blur because the moon aligns with consciousness rather than calendars. This serves liberation, not confusion. You've measured healing by days past, growth by deadlines met. The moon measures by alignment, not clocks. You're not behind but entering a rhythm beyond tardiness. Current changes are subtle yet significant. Real insight comes when you stop categorizing experience by calendar dates, recognizing time as one reality layer among many. Expect time slips, déjà vu, reality glitches. Don't resist. Let them create pause. These aren't errors but invitations. The moon frees awareness from temporal constraints, allowing spiritual expansion in new directions. The moon prepares for coming storms rather than being the storm itself. Here's the untold truth. This weekend clears rather than overwhelms consciousness. This moon's subtlety makes it easy to overlook, but its silence indicates preparation rather than emptiness. This moon represents spiritual breathholding before greater immersion, with July bringing significant changes. Currently, you're in soul preparation. Every strange sensation, sensitivity, and disorientation contributes to energetic conditioning. Consider it pre-ceremony cleansing, externally subtle but internally transformative. July brings movement, release, potentially multiple events breaking stagnation. Without clearing, it overwhelms. This moon's quiet gentleness reflects sacred purpose rather than weakness. Stillness demonstrates intelligence. The wise prepare silently. If you're shedding invisible layers this weekend, trust the process. If you're releasing unknown attachments, continue. You're being prepared and opened. July's significance lies in its inevitability. It arrives regardless of preparation. This weekend offers final grace before intensification. Respect this moon's quiet. Use it for cleansing, listening, choosing your approach to what follows. You're experiencing prelude, not aftermath. If you followed this far, you recognize this moon's uniqueness despite mental uncertainty. It lacks drama but carries significance where it matters. This weekend marks a checkpoint, not filler, though many will miss its timing. This moon observes priorities and amplification choices. It won't intervene but will magnify what you present. Fear focus breeds growth. Anxiety and distraction spiral without intervention. But presence, breath, and attention reveal underlying transformation. The moon reveals rather than changes. This spiritual stress test resembles sitting with pure frequency in silence. Ignored aspects echo, buried elements surface. Cultivated qualities, discipline, growth, courage, emerge like steam from still water, offering momentary clear self-perception. This requires awareness rather than effort. The moon asks, can you maintain consciousness without external demands? July brings noise, movement, rapid shifts, unpredictable changes. This moment offers final rehearsal, observed by guides, ancestors, and future self. Performance matters less than authentic presence and silence. Stay conscious through this phase. Don't dismiss it for lacking astrological labels. Don't overlook significance because it defies conventional interpretation. Something profound occurs. Missing it means missing upgrade opportunity. Worse, July arrives finding you unprepared and ungrounded. But attention and quiet presence reveal this moon's power exceeding combined eclipses and retrogrades. This moon's significance lies not in celestial events but internal triggers. This mirror reflects temporarily. Look before the image shifts. If you are still watching, thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this content and want more, please consider subscribing. Your support means everything. Share your experiences or thoughts below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.